to the Iron Foreman Scrapyard, and today we're having a discussion of the recently released short YouTube video, I guess you'd call it, because it was a video that premiered on YouTube. Farewell Sarah Jane, which was written by Russell T Davies and positions itself as a sort of epilogue to the Sarah Jane adventures.
One thing I would like to say that before we get into it, they released it on the 9th anniversary of her death. They could have waited a year. It'll be the 10th anniversary.
Yeah, well, true.
Doesn't make any sense. Well, anyway.
Well, this conversation's off to a great start.
Yeah. But no, I thought it was a nice little epilogue to the SJA, which was Sarah Jane Adventures, which was kind of not massively in my childhood, but I did watch it and I liked it at the time.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, especially what's his name, Mr. Smith.
Oh yeah, and they brought him back with the music and everything.
Yeah, but it wasn't the original actor.
Oh.
It was Jake Dudman who was the narrator for this as well.
Yeah.
He did a good job.
Yes, people will probably know him from Big Finish Productions, where he's voiced everyone from the 9th to the 12th Doctor.
Yeah, and on YouTube he's done a recreation of that curator scene from Day of the Doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, and I was slightly disappointed that they didn't use the original.
Yeah, that's a banging track of the theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I just thought this was a really beautiful piece of epilogue to this might be one of my favorite recent Doctor Who things that's come out in live action, at least.
Oh yeah.
Because it's probably, I prefer this to most things in Series 12.
But yeah, we should also mention that if you haven't seen it, it also has a host of cameos from various SJA.
I'm going to say SJW for a second.
well, I don't know about their personal lives, but yeah. But from various SJA stars and also a couple of Doctor Who companions.
Yeah, so I thought it was nicely kind of detailed by Russell, who being a sort of, this is sort of very much an audiobook with video inserts sort of thing.
Yeah. I must say, I kind of wish they'd released it through Big Finish rather than on YouTube, because I thought there's
it's a bit jarring.
Phone aspect ratio and everything was a bit distracting. Yeah. I would have liked it.
We'll get to that.
But yeah.
But Luke sort of talks to Kate Stewart, which I thought was a nice little bridge between those two eras.
Yeah.
They mentioned Tiga and Nissa being a couple.
Yeah, that was wow, okay. But I like how Russell was just I'll just add something huge to the continuity just while I'm at it.
Yeah. Ben and Polly came in from India.
Yeah.
Ian and Barbara came in from Cambridge University, or just Cambridge, whatever.
Yeah.
That surprised they're still alive. It's just sorry.
Well,
it's just he's just I can just imagine bloody Ian on the bus in the back row, doing press ups in the air. London 1965. London 1965.
London 1965. We made it.
Ian, no doubt, fresh off his Time War adventure in the newest box set from Big Finish.
Oh yeah. Does he go into the Time War?
Yes, he does.
Oh. Martha and Mickey were there with their son. August.
Yeah.
For some bloody reason, Dodo was there.
Yeah, Dodo, everyone's least favourite First Doctor companion.
Grace Holloway was there, which was a bit weird.
Yeah.
Liz Shaw was there, which I liked. Victoria was there. Didn't she have her mind wiped at the end of the War Games?
Oh, yeah. Season 6B, you see?
Yeah. Yeah, but this is modern day. I would have thought Russell would have remembered that, but anyway. And then Sky came as well. Sky is, I don't quite remember what she is, but she's like a trickster's daughter or something like that. Or a manifestation of a trickster's friend or just some sort of trickster thing.
Yeah.
Jacko was there. Do we know when this was set?
I just, I guess I just assume either sort of right after Sarah Jane Adventures or because Luke says that he's been married to bloody Sanjay for 5 years. So I guess.
Or maybe it's set now.
Yeah, so I guess just modern day.
Yeah, I don't know how Jack was there, but because he I don't know what this is in his timeline. I don't think RTD cares.
Yeah, I don't think this isn't meant to be a big sort of capper for the canon or anything like this. Yeah. Just a nice story that you can take out of canon.
It's a bit of like a sort of Tony Stark funeral situation where there's all the characters.
Yeah.
Sort of rocking up. Maria and her dad were there via Zoom, I can only assume.
Quick tangent, but like Maria's exit from the Sarah Jane Adventures was kind of strange. Like she leaves 2 episodes into the second season. Yeah.
The Sontaran two-parter, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the waiters turned out to be like servants of the trickster.
Yeah.
And then I can imagine Kate, Jack, and they said that all the guests joined forces and shrunk him and put him in a small box at the bottom of the ocean. So I can just imagine bloody Sacha Dhawan coming in with his shrink ray and blasting him.
Yeah.
Or just not shrink ray, what's it called? Tissue compression.
Yeah.
Destroy and shrink him. Yeah, and then they exchange numbers and promise to meet up under the family Smith, which I thought was a bit weird. It was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think of Katie Manning?
Oh yeah, it's always nice to see it.
Yeah, and then she says, "Oh, the doctor couldn't turn up. He has 2 hearts. Imagine them both breaking." Yeah. There was a nice little detail that I noticed. She named her. Her granddaughter was named Rio, which is kind of a nice little parallel to her grandson from Death of the Doctor being named San Diego. If you don't know, that man then went on to become the immortal Iron Fist, Finn Jones. Any comments about Joe?
Oh yeah, it was just nice to see. It was good that they got her because she made the most because she was in the Sarah Jane Adventures, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had I think.
What is it?
I think Katie Manning has coronavirus at the moment, or she's sick or something.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah. And then Geeta, who's Rani's mum, I think. Yeah, she's Rani's mum.
Oh yeah, I was trying to remember the other person who showed up, but yeah.
Yeah, I've got lots of notes. Geeta turns up and she's like, "Oh, at first I hated this woman because I thought my husband fancied her."
Yeah.
And then she was like, "But then I realized she must be a good egg because the kids didn't go to strip clubs; they went to her house and hung out with her in their free time."
Yeah.
And that was kind of a nice bit of continuity because I remember her being the antagonistic force in most of the episodes. The crew would just be trying to defeat the aliens, and then she'd come in and she's like, "I don't want you hanging around that weird woman."
Yeah.
And then she leaves, and then Dorothy McShane turns up.
Yes.
Or also known as Ace.
This has been the year of Ace so far. There's been season 26, At Childhood's End, Dark Universe from Big Finish. She's just in everything.
Yeah, and this is sort of, and then apparently the 7th Doctor, the 7th Doctor, because it's the only Doctor that Ace has travelled with so far that we know in canon.
Yeah.
The Doctor apparently said, "I miss her. Out of all the people from this whole wide universe, I miss Sarah Jane," which I thought was a bit strange to say while Ace was just standing right next to her.
Yeah. Well, she hadn't left him yet.
Yeah. I'm going to have to listen to that Dark Universe, was it called?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she sort of references the planned, unmade Sarah Jane Adventures episode, which was going to feature Ace.
Yeah, there's a couple of things in here, one of which we'll get to later, which kind of kind of continue the story from the planned sort of last season or whatever. But, yeah.
Yeah, and did you like how she took a canine with her?
Yes, I want some Ace and Canine Adventures.
Yeah, on Big Finish.
Yeah.
Imagine if they did that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Big Finish takes this and runs with it and just is already planning out a series of adventures with Ace and K9. So.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't continue Rani, Clyde, and Luke's adventures with K9 and Mr. Smith.
Yeah, from what I heard, Russell was nah when they asked him.
Do it.
Yeah, but I don't.
If they could.
Yeah, and also I think the kids themselves said that. Well, I call them kids; they're adults now. But
yeah, they were kids.
Yeah, but they said that they wouldn't want to do it without Elizabeth Sladen. So yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
That was a bit weird, but okay.
No, I was trying to be Anyway.
Yeah.
And then I've got just a note. Clyde! Exclamation mark.
Oh yeah, Clyde's first bit is really funny. Where he's like, "Oh, she was all right."
Yeah. It's the kind of thing that I feel like we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I just had a momentary flashback where he's got his hands out and he's 13 Bannerman Road is where Sarah Jane Smith lives. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
We found out that Luke was like in Geneva with Unit. Clyde was at New York Comic Con, and we thought it was a nice touch. And Rani was trying to refreeze the North Pole.
Yeah.
So and really Clyde took up his artistic tendencies and did comic books. And they mentioned later that apparently he's like meeting over a film out of his bloody comic. And I did have one sort of thing. I don't think this is particularly important, but who do you think would, in like if time was like let to run, who do you think would take her to the Bannerman Road from like, because they say they're boxing it all up to like leave it for her.
Well, I guess like probably Luke would like.
Well, then why did they box it up? Luke's just going to take it over.
Well, obviously none of them, but like, obviously none of them took it over because they boxed it up. But if someone was to, I think it'd be Luke.
I had an idea.
Yes.
So you know how real estate's quite hard in London.
Yes.
Apparently, we haven't been. Yeah. I was thinking that the kids from class
Oh,
could like move in.
Quick tangent about class. So, as you probably know, the volume 3 and 4 of the Big Finish box set are coming out this week.
Subscribers should all donate to the Patreon so we can buy it and have it.
Yeah, yeah, but so the second two volumes are coming out this week, and the actresses who play Miss Quill, who's Catherine Kelly, and Tonya, who I can't remember the name of. They just were like, "No, we don't want to come back for the second 2 box sets."
Why?
So, I don't know. So I think Catherine Kelly's busy, but I don't know what the other person was doing. But like,
who was the other person playing?
Tonya.
Tonya, the
the Nigerian girl.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. And they so instead of just like writing them out of the stories, Big Finish is just going forward with like recasted. They're recasting again. They're recasting people who aren't even dead yet.
Well, yeah, but this is like a situation of like, I feel like that's sort of Big Finish going like, well, screw you.
They couldn't just have like a Charlie, Mateus, and bloody April and Ram story.
It's not their fault that like their main actors just decided to leave.
Yeah, I know, it's a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like how Luke had a photo of Sarah Jane in his background with like a Cyberman head?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I was like, why has he got a Cyberman head? And I was like, oh, I don't know why either. But I like the fact that like at the open day to his university, I assume, or when they were Luke went off to university in the final few seasons of Sarah Jane Adventures, if my memory doesn't deceive me.
I think so.
Then like Sarah Jane like pointed out this guy, and she was like, "Oi, he's checking you out, you dog." And so like he went over, and now he's like married to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can really smell Russell's fingerprints on this, which is fine because 1 in 10.
And it was always planned.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I remember watching it, and I was like, and then we get Rani, or as she's known in Doctor Who season 12. What's her name? Woman.
You've like started the joke, but you don't know the name.
Yeah. Queen something. She looks pretty much identical to when she was in the show.
Yeah. Also, I thought she had the best appearance out of all the people who made an appearance. Yeah. Like, she had the best acting.
Yeah. Why were her scenes in high res?
I don't know. Did you just have a better camera on her? And
then like the background shot looked like it was in the attic. It was really weird.
Yeah. Well, actually, that was a green screen, but.
Yeah, but they didn't do that for anyone else.
Well, no, but I think she might have just had more equipment on hand.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she's married. Maybe she's married to like a director or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe she's a director.
Not that she couldn't do it herself.
Yeah. What are you saying, Max? You're saying a woman can't set up a green screen?
Well, no, but like usually it helps to have someone else operating the camera being pointed at themselves. Yes, a white man. You bastard. Anyway, and then she thinks like she shares this nice sentiment that she thinks that good old not documentary, but the Doctor came back for Sarah Jane, and they like went off into the stars, which is a nice sentiment. I can just imagine the curator, or actually I can imagine the 12th Doctor taking her off, or maybe the 13th Doctor, but I think you're supposed to think of Tom Baker.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a nice little sentiment, and she had the best performance, as you said before. She was like actually had tears.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one thing that I did see on Twitter was like someone tweeted, I don't remember who it was. They were like, "Oh, in my head canon, the 13th Doctor's just like sitting at the back of the room, but they don't recognize them because like she's a woman."
Yeah.
So I thought that was a nice idea. Yeah, and what? Anything else to say before I move on to the cliffhanger?
No, nothing.
Yeah. Well, at the end, I was watching the credits. It says, for some reason, I cannot figure out for the life of me why. Special thanks to Sasha Dewan.
No, I don't know why that would be.
Yeah, and I couldn't find anything about it when I googled, and I assumed there's not two Sasha Dewans.
Yeah, well, you never know.
That's a whole other. No, anyway. I was trying. Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe he's like married or he's dating someone who was.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he might be married. If you search up Sasha Dewan wife, I think it might be Anjali Mohindra who plays Rani. Anyway, any last words? No, I'm not going to kill you or anything. I don't know why I said that.
It's just a nice touch and some new sort of Hooniverse thing to entertain you during your quarantine, and yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was on Twitter from judging by the reaction, Russell's kind of a bit reinvigorated with the Hooniverse.
You reckon?
Yeah, I hope he does some more stuff, but I doubt it. Well, I guess this is sort of a one-time thing. We'll review anything that comes out like this.
Yeah.
Like, whatever sort of Rory story or that kind of thing. Lockdown Who.
Except we didn't review that, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but anything in the future we will.
I haven't even watched that, to be honest.
It's okay. It's not great. But yeah, thank you for listening, and we will see you bloody... I don't know when we'll see you, but at some point.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.